Hello and welcome back to the Pro Evolution Soccer 2019 save with Aston Villa in the Master League, and it's been a while, hasn't it? It's been a while that we've played this. I know I've got a full week of Football Manager episodes coming out, or they are out now actually, and it's, I've missed this game, I've missed Pro Evo. I want to give it as much time as I can, but I am ultimately a Football Manager channel, and that's how I started, and that's my main love, to be honest. But we are back with Aston Villa. And we've got our last two games of the season. We find ourselves sitting in 4th position, so in the Champions League spot, with our absolutely amazing team, including Dybala, as you see me there, running with the running up. Then we've got Watford, and then I think it's Wolves or Spurs. I don't know. We'll have a look at the schedule afterwards. But Gundogan puts in a good tackle there. Now you've got to remember, a lot of these people are here on loan, so there's going to be, I don't know, some interesting challenges ahead, I reckon, for next season. And I don't know. Oh, Sam Gallagher just heads that over the bar for Watford. I've always had trouble against Watford in this series. But they're playing. They've started very well. I haven't played for a very long time, so I could be pretty damn rusty as the header just goes over the bar. Yeah, and Sommer had it covered, though. So, yeah, I don't know what to do. I've got another series lined up that I'd love to start on PES, but I sort of feel this one's a little bit incomplete if we don't win the Premier League or at least the Champions League. The Premier League or the Champions League is what I wanted to go for, because we haven't actually won anything yet. I think we may have won the Championship. I can't even remember, it was so long ago. But Smalling does well to win that. And I'm not going to do this whole game, by the way, chatting through this whole game. It's just that I've been talking to you about, well, Pro Evolution. So it's up to you really when this season ends. What do we think? Do we end this season with a win of a Premier League? Do we keep going to try and get the Champions League? Because I think my next PES series, which will be a bit more relaxed, but it's going to become a legend. It's a good tackle. It's going to become a legend save, and I think it's going to have a little extra element to it, which I think will be really, really exciting. But Gundogan comes forward. He's got lots of space to run into. He's still going into Abraham. Back to Dybala, gets his shot off just past the post. And I don't know who Watford have got in goal, but I don't recognise it. And Dybala's a bit unlucky. We'll be back for the next highlight, because I've been talking for about 3 minutes straight, and this means it will be a very long video if this carries on. So Watford with the corner, a bit of a dodgy save from Jan Sommer in goal, but they've taken it short, looking for Pereira. Goretzka nearly got there. It's found Doucouré, who shoots and he scores on his left foot. Look how excited he is. And Watford deserve that, really. They've been the better team. Corner played short. I thought I'd nick that away there with the midfielder, but it's a good finish from Doucouré. Not much Jan Sommer could do. And it's 1-0 Watford, which is not what Aston Villa want when they're pushing for a Champions League spot. Gundogan into Weir. Weir round the corner to Dybala, but he's just forced out of it. And we're not getting the best out of our front three at the moment, which is Weir, Abraham and Dybala for this game, as Nacho Monreal is going to have to cover that run in the middle. And Chris Smalling's had to go and get the ball. Instead, he just kicks the man and nearly gives a foul away as he tries to make a second attempt. Pereira's in, just over the bar. Abraham tried to flick it round to Dybala, but really nothing's coming off at the moment for Aston Villa's front three, and that is a cause of concern as Goretzka picks it up and turns nicely with it into Abraham, who's just forced off the ball by Doucouré. He had nowhere to go, but Abraham gets it gets it back with a lovely tackle, and then Dybala's trying to just trick himself. Trick himself? No, he's not. He's trying to trick his way out of trouble, is what I was trying to say. Lucien Bennett picks it up, and now we know that he is deadly from free kick. So if Aston Villa can try and get a free kick, as Havertz sees the run of Gundogan, gets it onto his right foot on the side of the boot, and it's 1-1, and that is what we like to see. And there he runs off celebrating. Great finish from Gundogan. A lovely little goal, actually. A good bit of passing move in the middle into Lucien Bennett, up to Dybala. Dybala to Havertz. Great little poke through. And I thought Gundogan was going to take that on his left foot. Takes it on his right and sticks it past the helpless goalkeeper in goal. 1-1. Goretzka comes forward with it. He's got runners either side. Oh, he's taken a heavy touch, and I think he actually ran into Dybala. Gundogan tries to feed a ball through the middle. Oh, Kai Havertz nearly got on that back pass. But very unlucky there for Aston Villa. They're starting to find their rhythm now as Weir picks it up. Knocks this back to Gundogan. Gundogan into Goretzka. Goretzka back to Lucien Bennett. Just keeping the ball, trying to not give it away stupidly, which turns out they have done. Brahim Diaz, who's just moved to Real Madrid in real life for 15.5 million, if you can believe it. Kai Havertz has done... Referee, that's got to be a foul in there somewhere. As Doucouré flicks it onto Pereira. We'll just stick with this, see if this goes anywhere. Lucien Burnett will come flying in on Jeffrey Schlupp, and between him and Gundogan they make the tackle. Timothy Weir into Dybala. Dybala's got a runner in Goretzka. Tried to play it into Abraham's path, but just couldn't get it through. Havertz into Dybala. Dybala up to Abraham. Back to Goretzka. Sees the run of Lucien Burnett. Up it goes into Weir. Weir around the corner. Dybala. Good football again from Aston Villa. It's flicked into Abraham. Havertz tried to feed it into the box, but it was a little bit too intricate, but they keep it alive. And here's Nacho Monreal into Goretzka. Havertz sees the run there. Oh, it does make its way through to Goretzka, but he just gets crowded out. And I think Watford are playing 3 at the back, which seems to be nullifying the 3 strikers of Aston Villa, although Dybala could have flicked that through to Weir, but played it sensibly back, and Lucien Burnett now whips across in looking for Dybala. Just above him, he's never going to win that. Gundogan tries to keep it alive, but Watford hold on. They do more than that. Penarda's in, he shoots, and it's gone past the post. And that was a good little counter-attack there from Watford. One little ball through the middle, just around here. They work it really well. And Tuanzebe used his pace, tried to put Penarda off, but was shoved off the ball, and then the left-footed strike goes just past the post. Abraham flicks it over the top looking for Monreal. Monreal is looking, puts an early ball in looking for Dybala with a header. And Kune in goal makes the save. And 10 minutes till half-time, and Aston Villa are starting to really dominate the game now. But Schlupp finds himself in a bit of space on the left-hand side. Gets to the byline, swings a ball across. Gallagher against Tuanzebe, and Jan Sommer pounces on the ball. And there is a chance of a counter-attack now as Abraham flicks it onto Havertz, who sees Weir. He was making a run, but the pass wasn't good enough from Kai Havertz as it comes in. And Sam Gallagher looks to feed this through. What a ball through. I was going to say he's offside. Weir flicks it into Dybala, gets it back to Weir, gives it out to Lucien Burnett. Maybe could have gone on his own a little bit. Lucien Burnett flicks it in, looking for Weir again. Gets up, but can't win the header. Gundogan can't keep it alive. Is Goretzka going to get there first? Yes, he will. Out to Lucien Burnett. Lucien Burnett looks to fire across in. Dybala with the header. What a save from Kune. What a save. Dybala must have thought he had scored. Goretzka just about got to this ball first as it was bouncing away. Lucien Burnett fizzes across in. And Dybala, that's a great header and an even better save. And now it's time for the corner. Lucien Burnett to swing this one in. Goes for a bit of power. Looks for Timothy Weir. Chalobah just about gets there. And Lucien Burnett, has he got something to make a bit of space? No, he hasn't. He just gets tackled by Firmino and completely ruins that chance for an attack for Aston Villa. But Gundogan comes steaming in and wins the ball back really well. Goretzka spreads it out wide to Nacho Monreal. Nacho Monreal, can he put a good cross in? He's actually given a lot of time here to pick a man out, and he's got Weir in the back post. It's another fantastic save by Kune. He is keeping Watford in this game at the moment as Aston Villa pick up a free kick. They take it quickly into Goretzka, Dybala, into Abraham, flicks it out. Monreal tries to flick that in, and a bit of confusion to who's going to go for the ball, and Watford get it away. Havertz into Abraham, back it goes to Goretzka, Gundogan into Dybala. Oh, what a fancy bit of skill that was, and couldn't get his shot off as he put it onto his right foot rather than his stronger left. But I think Watford at half-time really have to thank Kune in goal. He has been absolutely incredible for them, and he's kept the score at 1-1, and there won't be any changes at half-time, that's for sure. So into the second half we go, and Aston Villa looking to keep that momentum and that pressure up, although they give the ball away very cheaply early on in the second half. But yeah, they were clearly on top as that second half came to an end, and they need to keep that momentum going to really try and solidify that top 4 spot. Schlupp has used his pace to get away from Lucien Burnett onto that through ball. Lucien Burnett does get back well. It's laid back to Pereira. Pereira gets a shot off, and Gundogan charged it down really well. Goretzka tries to use his pace but can't get there, and that should go all the way through to Jan Sommer, and does. Now, can we start a quick counter-attack here? Timothy Weir. Oh, that's a terrible, terrible pass. I don't think he realised how much time he had to bring that down. Smalling fouls his man, but the ref plays advantage. And Smalling actually reads the pass very well and intercepts it very well, and lets Aston Villa just rebuild and take some time here. Goretzka into Dybala, into Abraham. He saw Monreal going outside of him and couldn't just release the pass as Gallagher comes forward into Penaranda. Penaranda goes out. Lucien Burnett with a good header to intercept that. Gundogan tries to get Villa on the move early. Dybala, lovely ball to lay it off to Havertz. Havertz is coming forward. Has he taken a heavy touch? Gundogan into Dybala. It's wonderful football, but the ball was just overhit and Dybala couldn't get there. And Kune pounced on it. 1-1. Havertz holds it up really well. Gives it into Goretzka. Gives it to Dybala. Sees the run of Weir. Timothy Weir's in. He curls it round the goalkeeper. And it's 2-1 Villa. And this is one hell of a comeback from Aston Villa. They've been playing so well since they conceded. Havertz here, in again to Dybala. Great run from Weir. Had time to get it onto his right foot and just tucked it in the bottom corner. 2-1 Aston Villa. Dybala lays it back to Gundogan. Gundogan lays it into Weir's feet. Back to Dybala. Sees the run of Havertz in the middle. Havertz round the corner to Abraham. Just waiting for an option on the left-hand side, but waited too long. Gundogan will keep it alive. Lucien Bonnet should get this pass and does. And he's got men at the back post. Tries to feed it in towards Dybala, who has set himself for one hell of a powerful header. And Abraham can't get to the knockdown from Havertz. And Brahim Diaz is under pressure. But Watford hold on and they keep it at just a 1-goal lead for Villa. And now they're trying to launch their own attack here. Monreal will have to track the run in the middle. As Tuanzebe has to go out and meet Firmino and puts a good tackle in. 2-1. So Kai Havertz comes off to be replaced by Villa legend Jack Grealish. And let's see what... I was going to say youngster, but he's probably actually reasonably old now in this save. Let's see what Jack Grealish can do and see if he can help Aston Villa keep this win. As the ball goes to Will Hughes, his cross is blocked. And this does give Aston Villa a chance where they leave 3 men up the pitch. And Dybala's got a wonderful pass through to Abraham. Tammy Abraham coming through on goal. He knows he's got options in the middle. It's Abraham. He's run it too far, but does win the corner. Maybe could have laid that into Dybala a bit earlier. But let's see if Aston Villa can score from this set piece. He goes in towards Abraham. It will come out to Goretzka. Goretzka fancies a go from range, but that's easy from Kune to catch. Ricardo Pereira turns, lays the ball in to Sam Gallagher. Sam Gallagher puts it into the roof of the net, and it's 2-2. And Watford do not deserve that equaliser at all. I mean, it was really good play there from Pendenardi. I put it into Pereira. Pereira down the line, and then Sam Gallagher just waited for Sommer to commit. Dinked the ball over him into the top corner. 2-2. Dybala back to Grealish. Grealish has seized the run of Dybala. Dybala's in, gets his shot off, and straight away it's 3-2 to Aston Villa. Dybala not having any of that. Rifles it into the net for another. And yeah, he's like instant from the kickoff here. Grealish, lovely run from Dybala. Knew where the defensive line was. Great sliding finish as well. And that is 3-2 to Villa. Comes in Pereira with an early shot, but that's not going to trouble Jan Sommer, who can see an early counter-attack on here. Lays it into Weir's feet. Flicks that on looking for Goretzka. Into Gundogan. Dybala sees the run of Weir. Has he overhit that pass? I think he might have done slightly. It's forced Weir pretty wide, but he goes back to Lucien Bonnet. Tries to flick it into the middle with a low cross, but it's very easy for Chalobah to intercept. And now Pendenardi comes forward. Tuanzebe's got to be sensible here, and he's covered that ball really, really well. And Aston Villa, to be fair, pretty comfortable. Dybala, Weir, and it goes looking for the run of Jack Grealish. It's Jack Grealish, he's in, little dink over the keeper, it's just gone wide. Lovely football again from Aston Villa here. Lucien Bonnet, long ball down the line or into the middle to Dybala, into Weir, sees the run of Grealish. They did it all right, a little dink, but just not the accuracy. Abraham brings the ball down, looks for the run of Weir early on, but it's cut out very well. Sam Gallagher now looks to try and spin in behind the defence, and Jan Sommer's going to come a long way. Gets a lovely Di Canio-esque volley on the ball to get it away from danger, but it's not over yet. Gallagher's there, brings it down. Great tackle from Chris Smalling that. He's done really well since he's come in on loan from Man United. As here come Aston Villa now, and they're really coming forward. Jack Grealish just fancies a go, and it goes over the bar. Jack Grealish is picking up some wonderful pockets of space now as Dybala gets it into Abraham. Abraham just couldn't get enough on the ball, but Grealish sees Dybala. He flicks it on one more. Rashford, who's come on to replace Weir, really should have scored. He gets it back for another go, and he's hit the post. Oh, Marcus. He really should be scoring them. Both those opportunities, really. Oh, Lucien Bonnet's flown in. That shot will be a yellow card. And it is a yellow card for the right backers. Ceballos is going to come on to replace Ilkay Gundogan. But Marcus Rashford had the chance to wrap up the game there. Just on to replace Timothy Weir. Couldn't have wished for a better chance, or two better chances. Managed to miss them both. Grealish sees Rashford, who lays it back to Abraham. Tammy Abraham, he saw the keeper come out, went for a dink, it was rubbish. Rashford into Dybala. Dybala sees the run of Lucien Bonnet really well. Flicks it in, trying to find Rashford. Just couldn't put enough on the pass, and now this could leave Aston Villa in a bit of trouble here as Doucouré's tackled very well, I thought, by Goretzka. But obviously not. Is that a booking? That's never a booking. From a ref that looks like Jaap Stam. I mean, I wouldn't mess with him. He looks fucking mental. But, right. I assume Aston Villa are going to dink this in looking for a tall man. They are. Dybala reads it. Although that's a terrible clearance. It comes to Penrada. Sam Gallagher's in. Oh, my word, he's missed. That could have equalled the game. and Marcus Rashford would have been looking like a complete tool. As it came in here, I thought we'd dealt with the free kick, but we hadn't. Lovely ball through from Penalada. And is it a save? Is it a really good save? It's not. He just missed the target. Oh, and he's in again, Gallagher. Someone's got to come out his off his line really well, really quickly off his line to deal with that danger there as Lucien Monet flicks this up to Ceballos. We have 3 minutes or so left. Dybala into Grealish. Grealish back to Monreal, who was a bit of a risk for this game, but he's managed to last the whole 90 minutes and he's drawn a foul towards the end of it as well, which can waste some time for Aston Villa. Now as Goretzka calls for it short, just plays a nice 1-2 with Lucien Monet to waste some time. And Lucien Monet, it looks like Aston Villa are just going to keep the ball and try and see this game out. As we tick into injury time, Aston Villa know exactly what these 3 points mean for them if they can hold on. They've given away possession very cheaply there. As Penalada looks to put him through. Chris Smalling has been an absolute rock at the back today. I don't think he's at fault for either goal. And it is 3-2 to Aston Villa. A great performance. Does that give them 4th spot? We'll have to see what the other results come through as. I think it's Arsenal, which are the biggest rivals for the top 4 with Aston Villa. You'll notice there's no music in the background anymore. Arsenal lost, which means we have secured 4th position. Champions League, here we come. So we're having at least one more season of the Aston Villa Master League save. And that is absolutely superb. So as we go into the final game of the season to be held at Villa Park, it's against Midlands rivals Leicester City. We can expect a bit of a fiery game, I think, for the last one of the season. Aston Villa have put out a strong team, but a starting local boy, Jack Grealish in central midfield, Dybala, Weir, and fan favourite Weghorst starts up front as well. It's a good, strong Aston Villa team against a good, strong Leicester team. Let's see what happens as the game unfolds. Straight away, Aston Villa starting with a attacking impetus as Timothy Weir gets into some space, looks to cross it in the middle. And you've got to remember, they do have the height and power of Weghorst up front now, so expect Aston Villa to be putting in a fair few crosses into the box, going wide towards the likes of Dybala, Weir, Tierney, and Lucien Monet at the right back position. And that should be a tactic here. But here comes Verschalco for Leicester, and that's a good defensive header. Grealish picks it up. Can't get away from Demarai Gray, though, who gets his shot off easy for Jan Sommer, who then looks to launch Aston Villa on their own attack. But Timothy Weir and Goretzka get in each other's way as they look to go early doors, and Retsos is there. Heads that back nicely to Jan Sommer. And Jan Sommer will try again to hit Timothy Weir this time, and hopefully he won't balls it up. He doesn't. He actually flicks it on quite nicely to Goretzka this time, rather than them getting each other's way. Out to Lucien Monet. Lucien Monet turns infield, back to Goretzka, who's tackled very well by Fernando. Iheanacho, lots of space to run into, but he's quite a long way from goal and can't do anything with it. So, yeah, that's that done. Goretzka up to Weghorst, who's going to try and use his strength, I was about to say, but definitely didn't use his strength. He got tackled straight away. Iheanacho back to James Maddison, put under pressure. And he goes out to Verschalco, who seems to be a key player for Leicester. They're trying to get him on the ball as early as possible and as much as they can. Goretzka wins the header from a poor throw out from Schmeichel, and Weghorst uses his strength really well. Tries to feed in Dybala. What a save from Schmeichel to get down low. It was his error that led to the chance to start with, as Goretzka there won the header. Weghorst uses his strength really well. Held off the tackle and then waited for Dybala to make that run. Fed it into his weaker foot on the right, but it's a great save from Schmeichel to keep it at 0-0. Now, can Aston Villa do anything with this corner? It's fired in towards Jack Grealish, but just over his head. Llorente will look to bring this down and keep the move alive. Lays it in. Goretzka fancies a go from range. Straight at Schmeichel, though. And it remains 0-0. Grealish comes forward with it. Looks to beat Ndidi, but Ndidi read the bit of skill and just held his ground really, really well. Maddison now under pressure from Tuanzebe. And that's left Iheanacho in a bit of space, but he's laid it off. Gray's then made a run down the line, and he's been found by Verschalco. Tierney looks to get back. And it's a ball across on Retsos. Calm, composed defending there. As Grealish comes forward, he sees Dybala in a lot of space. Dybala into Weghorst. Weghorst, one more to Weir. Tried to lay it back to Grealish, but Timothy Weir is not having a very good game today. Tierney's come forward on the left-hand side. We haven't seen too much of this in the game. He's just been held up, though. He does have Dybala, who can whip in a dangerous cross. Looking for Weghorst! What a combination. Dybala to the really tall Weghorst. What a cross. What a header. 1-0 Aston Villa. And Tierney actually did well to run down the line, create a bit of space. Dybala took a touch, whipped in a lovely cross, and Weghorst is not going to miss from that range. Oh, I love a good goal like that. I love a good header, and that's Weghorst, as I was thinking, one of the players that we might sell now that we're going to be in the Champions League and see if we can get better. But if we can't find a better target man, then he is a deadly option to have off the bench. And we've got to remember that the wage budget we've got isn't that much to try and sign a big star. But here come Leicester. We can't be complacent now just because we've got Champions League. The third place is out of our control now. We can't win third place. We're too far behind Spurs. But Aston Villa here showing very good composure and team ethic, teamwork rate. Yeah, 4th position with Aston Villa back in the Champions League. Weghorst has dropped deep to get this ball again. And he's got the confidence flowing, but that's a heavy touch. He was winding up a shot from range. Probably should have passed the ball, but when a confidence is flowing as a striker, you think you can score in every game you play. Lucien Bennett been invited forward on the right-hand side, and here he comes. He's waiting for men to get in the middle. Does see the run of Weghorst, but just couldn't get it into him, and then it's gone out for a throw, so hopefully Villa can make something of this for their home supporters on this final day of the season. In it goes towards Weghorst, knocks it back to Grealish, who's tackled well by Soyuncu, and it goes up to Iheanacho, who takes a good turn on the ball, but not enough to beat Tuanzebe. And Goretzka's seen a wonderful run there from Dybala, who actually went up to head the ball, but it was sort of wedged in between him and Verchalco, and Demarai Gray brings it away. And Leicester haven't really been an attacking threat and haven't really been able to inflict anything dangerous on Villa, as Goretzka puts that in. Dybala's there. Oh, he's winding up the header. It's really well run by Verchalco from the right back. And now here come Leicester City. Iheanacho, who's been marshalled by Tuanzebe and Retsos all game, and yet again it's the same conclusion from that attack, and it allows Aston Villa to launch forward here. And Weghorst knocks it back into Lucien Bennett and is hoping that he goes in the box looking for his second header, but again it goes a bit too long for Weghorst. And not too sure what Jack Grealish was thinking at the back post there. He sort of did a little commando roll as he went for a header that he was never going to win. Weghorst holds it up, just looking for a run from Goretzka that wasn't on. And I'll tell you what, since Villa have scored, this game has fizzled out a bit. Nothing much has really happened. Goretzka lays it off looking for Weghorst again. It's just turned into sloppy. I think both teams are sort of playing with their flip-flops already on. Their Speedos are on, and they're lying on a hot beach somewhere over the summer holidays. So Tuanzebe does well to read that. He's a man that will never be on holiday too early. But it is 1-0. Weghorst, good header from Dybala's wonderful cross is the difference at the interval. So the second half gets underway. 1 sub at half-time for Aston Villa. It's in the top left of your screen there. It's Vitinho, a man who's sort of been forgotten in this Aston Villa team, on to replace Timothy Weah up front. So we'll see if that can just add a little bit more impetus. Definitely add a bit more pace and skill up front. Anyway, Llorente feeds it into Vitinho. Goretzka into Weghorst, over the top into Vitinho. Can he get a great start? And it's in forward towards Dybala, but Schmeichel gets there and cuts out the cross. Weghorst has it, and he's waiting for that run from Vitinho, but Soyuncu, who's been, again, just as Tuanzebe and Retsos have been great at the back for Villa, I cannot say enough about Soyuncu at the back. He's done very, very well for Leicester City, as Lucien Bennett, I thought had read that. He did. Goretzka lays it up the line looking for Grealish. Back heel to Llorente, into Vitinho. Vitinho round the corner to Weghorst, but just out-muscled from the ball from the back two again. But Dybala will pick up that loose pass into Grealish. Grealish just waiting for some movement ahead of him, but lays it back to Llorente. Llorente goes into Vitinho. Vitinho to Goretzka. Great run from Lucien Bennett on the right-hand side, but Albright had enough about him to get back and cover it. As Iheanacho is robbed once again by one of the back two, and it goes in towards Goretzka. Jack Grealish has made a great run, but couldn't get the ball under his spell. And that's the first time I think Iheanacho's won a header all game, and it was because he was unchallenged. And then Tuanzebe makes a fuck up, and here they are, Leicester City. They got a chance here, but Demarai Gray took too long on the ball. And Retsos comes away with it, and he's striding out from the back really well here. Sees the run of Weghorst. Weghorst does get in behind, tries to cut it across, and Soyuncu is there yet again with an acrobatic clearance. But Tierney leaves the ball behind, and Demarai Gray completes the clearance for Leicester. Weghorst lays it off to Grealish. Grealish, lovely bit of skill as he managed to get away, as he's wriggled his way around, goes over Schmeichel, and it's hit the bar. Jack Grealish is so unlucky there. What a piece of skill to get away from two men here. Grealish, little drag back to get away from his man, skins past the tackle, and then has a go from the edge of the box, off the bar, off Schmeichel, and behind for a corner. Tierney into Grealish. These two are linking up quite well on the left-hand side, and Grealish has won a free kick there from the foul from Demarai Gray. Now, is this too far out for a Lucien Bennett special? Let's have a go. Lucien Bennett hits it. Oh, it's not too far wide, you know. I think Schmeichel was scrambling a bit. But, yeah, let's see if there's any subs we can bring on. No, everyone's doing all right at the moment. Leicester make a sub, though. Maddison off, and Adrian Silva on their big money purchase from Sporting Lisbon, who was flattered to deceive in real life. He's not really set Leicester alight like they would have imagined. And Iheanacho tries to dink it over the top into Demarai Gray. Tierney's there to cover and puts in a pretty wonderful tackle, if in all honesty. Then loses the ball, but wins a goal kick. Nothing to worry about. Iheanacho, he's got around a couple of tackles, lays it in. Maddison, oh, great save from Jan Sommer. He does not want to lose this clean sheet on the final day of the season. It was Retsos that gave it away in a dangerous position, and Leicester looked to make the most of it, but Jan Sommer, the Swiss international goalkeeper, was in their way as Tuanzebe tracks Iheanacho out to block the short corner, and Albrighton will look to swing this one in. It does go in. Retsos is underneath it. Great header away there. And it will be Woudenberg to pick it up, which is a name I do not recognise in the world of football. Iheanacho, terrible shot. So Dybala ends his loan spell at Aston Villa by getting to the 70th minute mark of the final game of the season. Can they reignite that loan move? We'll have to see in the future. Tammy Abraham, Aston Villa favourite, who's been at the club since all of Cultured Left Foot's tenure, is on to replace him as Tammy Abraham straight into the game here. Jack Grealish looks to play a 1-2 with both Aston Villa players doing well. Abraham looking to create a bit of space, but the defender's not falling for it in Schalke. He's too experienced to fall for that sort of trickery, as Jack Grealish now looking to get away from Ndidi, and sort of does, and then runs into his own team mate in Tierney and really cocks it up. Tierney gets it back, sees a run of Weghorst, who will hold this up. And Tierney, oh, it's Jack Grealish. Jack Grealish, can he get that goal on the last game of the season? No, he can't. Oh, Jackie boy. Lucio Manet's robbed it back though, and Goretzka can't get there. It's cleared away, and it's a foul to Leicester City. Marcus Llorente robs the ball back and gives it into Abraham. Sees the run of Weghorst. He's got loads of men around him. It's Goretzka. Goretzka's in. Oh, Schmeichel, what a save. I just assumed that had a goal written all over it. Coutinho keeps it alive. Grealish hits it. Comes off Soyuncu. Weghorst is there. Couldn't get it down towards Abraham. Iheanacho looks to turn. Llorente brings him down. And Leicester will look to take this one quickly up to Demarai Gray. Demarai Gray looks to spin him behind. But Tierney. Oh, I do love Kieran Tierney in this game. Coutinho picks up the ball in a dangerous position once again. And he comes forward with it. He's got a lot of space to run into here. Coutinho. Oh, and he's fouled. And we know what that means, ladies and gentlemen. Can Lucien Bonnet end the season with one of his trademark free kicks? Oh, he's hit the bar. Aston Villa have hit the bar twice in this game now. Oh, unbelievable stuff. Jack Grealish looks to spin away from Demarai Gray but can't. You can see the Villa players are having a good old fun time out there today on their final game of the season. As Tuanzebe will hold off Jamie Vardy there. Jamie Vardy's got the pace, but Tuanzebe has the strength. And that's a really woeful pass. Demarai Gray picks it up as Kieran Tierney goes flying in. And it's Tuanzebe has got to be careful here to watch the run of Jamie Vardy as Gray comes forward with it. Kieran Tierney's there to put pressure on him. Lays it back to the man. Albrighton on the edge of the area over the bar. And for the final 5 minutes of the game, it's Weghorst who goes off to a round of applause from the fans, replaced by Marcus Rashford, who hopefully won't miss a glorious chance and then hit the post with another one. But Aston Villa have given this away in a really dangerous position. But Retsos has got enough about him to cover really well. Goretzka comes forward with it. And it's a very good attacking opportunity here. Feeds it into Abraham. Keeps it alive to Vitinho. Tries to ding that into Rashford, who does force a save from Schmeichel. But all the angles were against him there. But I think Rashford is just so desperate to score, he'll shoot from anywhere. Rashford has the ball. Tries to feed it in towards Abraham, but Schalke's there to cover. And I think, the Leicester back four, other than conceding the goal, have had a very solid game, to be honest. As Lucien Bonnet wins that back. Llorente into Goretzka. Feeds it up towards Jack Grealish, who's been unlucky to hit the bar and has been pretty instrumental in Aston Villa's play, as Goretzka can't get onto that ball. And there is 3 minutes of injury time. And that's all that's left now in this Premier League season. As Grealish puts a nice flick round the corner. And I think it's about a minute left. Can Aston Villa sign off with a flourish and a late goal? As Albrighton picks up a yellow card for a terrible tackle. Oh no, it's Woudenberg, whatever his name was. For a terrible tackle on Vitinho. As Tierney will look to play this down the line. There may be just enough time to get a goal back. But Jack Grealish is absolutely dead on his feet. And it shows from that pass. As Llorente puts it into Tierney. But Diabate reads it well. It's 1-0 Villa. Abraham applauds the fans. It's the end of the Premier League season, and Aston Villa remarkably have qualified for the Champions League. What a way to end the season. A very good performance from Aston Villa. Brilliant stuff. Champions League, here we come. And there you have it, the final table. Aston Villa in 4th position. We actually only finished 3 points off Tottenham in the end. Man City 2nd and Man United win the league. Going down is Newcastle, Huddersfield and Brentford Town. I'm not too sure who's coming up. We'll have to find out on another day. But the end of month report, 4-2 v Wolves, 3-2 v Watford and 1-0 v Leicester. Premier League team of the season, Paulo Dybala gets in there. Kieran Tierney and Lucien Bennett as both fullbacks, and I'm very happy to get 3 people in team of the season. Kieran Tierney's now mastered the flip-flap. I need to learn how to do that so we can pull that out in a couple of games. National team squads are announced, but that is going to be that for this season on Pro Evolution Soccer. Oh great, they've offered me a contract extension. I'll be bloody surprised if they didn't. We've got 7 million to play with in the bank for wages and 41 million to play with in transfer fees. This could be a very exciting time in terms of the Champions League. So we've won that. We're going to do that as well. We didn't reach the semi-finals of the Europa League this season. But we're going to end this episode there, and you guys get to find out next episode who we have signed for our Champions League campaign. And I'm really, really looking forward to it. I'll catch you guys soon. But for now, I'm out.